Hello, hello. I'll make sure that the sound is working. Hello, hello. James, can you hear me? I'm not up yet. On my page. I can hear it now. Dana's in. Hi, Dana. You can hear me. Good, good. My husband can't yet, and he's in the living room. It's a little funny. Yeah, there's some sense of humor, you know. I am sharing to my page. It's up? Oh, it took you a minute. I see. I am just adding, sharing to a few groups that I know are interested. And let's share to 7 kids because I know Lavinia stamps are popular over there. Alright, great, terrific. We're all set with that then. It's Tammy Louise from TLC Designs. This is the second part of a 2-part video, and last week I worked with Yupo paper and also multifarious paper, which is something that I got from Lavinia Stamps headquarters in the UK. And we spread the alcohol blending solution and the alcohol inks. Since then, what I've discovered is some of my alcohol inks may be a little old, so I went shopping and wanted to share with you that I found a different brand of alcohol ink. It's by Brie Reese. I got them from Michael's, and they come in several different colors, but I noticed that a lot of the older colors like this that are from Ranger and Tim Holtz, these are kind of more of a dull, not dull, but heavy concentrated, thicker pigment color. These are a little bit lighter, and I want to work with these next week and see what I can come up with. They have a lot of new colors, like rose, and then they had a lighter fuchsia type of pink. This is magenta. So there's some new colors that I got to work with, and I'm going to do that next week. And I also wanted to share with you a different find, which I've never seen before, but gold alcohol ink, metallic alcohol ink, and then silver, which I think would be really fun with the Lavinia stamps. So I might have to do this again, maybe in June, and do a two-part video so that I can kind of really get into and play with these a little bit more. They come with instructions and how to use, and it's a really nice little, show you the different type of splattering, layering, blowing, that kind of thing, what it can look like on your paper. So I thought that I would share that with you, because I know we're all crafty, and when we find something new, it's always nice to share. So what I did last week was created with the alcohol inks and the blending solution. It was a one piece this way. It was one piece last week, and like I said, I was going to cut this down into two so that we can make two different projects, but tonight we're going to just choose one and go with it. And what I did too last week was added some more alcohol blending solution on the top after coloring it, and I took some of the multifarious cardstock paper, placed it over the top, did a little bit of rubbing, and I came up with almost a second impression of the colors. And then I kind of, in the thicker areas, was dabbing like that, and I did get some really pretty little designs that would make this one. I can see forest, or if you put it this way, I could see maybe a lake or a river that, you know, in the distance, the sunrise kind of thing. This one I kind of see more of a flourish card, something like a stamp that's all just flourishes or flowers. Hi Connie, nice to have you. So the goal was this particular card. The Lavinia stamps that we're going to use, I'm going to just recap real quick. This is the Fairy Door large. This one is the Pippin Mini. Lavender, this is the flower at the bottom here in two different shades, two different colors. This is the tree branch area, the foliage that fit the top of the tree area, and it is called Spanish moss foliage. And then I did not use it last week, but I might be able to get it in this week, maybe off to the edge. Words are words of spring. This blissful, flourish, free, spring, buds, nature, bloom. It's really pretty fun. So I wanted to try and use that as well. Last Wednesday, I attempted to use the VersaFine Clair Black to do some of the stamping for the silhouette work, and on the Yupo paper it sits more on the top and doesn't soak in and sink in, so I was going to get some fixative, and I did actually get the fixative spray and tried to spray it down, but at that point it had been rustled around in my paperwork too much and it was already pretty much smudged. But you would have to use a fixative with that because it's not the right sort of ink. Later today I'm going to post on my store page the right kind of ink to use on this. This VersaFine Clair is pigment ink for fine detail, and it works beautifully on the multifarious paper. I mean, it's really, really good ink. But I was watching Tracy at Lavinia Stamps do another one of her coloring videos, and she's been using archival ink, and so I went shopping like I had mentioned earlier. Something popped up on my screen. Let me get rid of that real quick. So and I found Tim Holtz Distress Ranger archival ink, and these are the same colors as your regular Distress ink, and I'm really familiar with those color tones, so I thought I would get these and try them out. I know I'm going to want a little bit of orange, we're going to want black, maybe I'll do the tree in a brown. We won't need any purples. They do have, like, I bought all 3 sets. I think there were 3 or 4 colors per set, and I bought them all because I plan on doing quite a bit of this sort of stamping, so I wanted to be prepared. And they're small, and it wasn't very expensive, about $11 a kit, so it was not bad at all. What is this one? Ooh, ground espresso. Maybe we'll try that instead of vintage photo, so we get a really dark tree. This is peeled paint, and we might want to use it for some of the flowers. We won't need a gray hickory smoke, and we won't need a picked raspberry. But that's what they look like. I wanted to share with you that I had a different find. Not necessarily, archival ink is not new to me, but I had only had black in the past. So I wanted to increase the variety of colors that I was able to work with. So we're going to use that. Now we're going to choose which one of these. I'm thinking maybe the orange with the green would go a little bit better. This has got a lot of pink in it, which would be beautiful. They have a cherry bud tree or something in the Lavinia Stamps line, and that would be really pretty there, but we will use that next time. And I'm going to save these 2 second generation prints for next time, or even in June when I do this again, this 2-part thing. So we have what I want to work with. We're going to put, I'm going to put the green at the bottom. We got a little bit of sunrise going on, and the majority of the orange needs to be somewhere towards the center, a little bit down by the violets maybe. So we are going to have to adjust how we do the photo, how we do the stamping, just by a little bit, which is fine. You don't want every card that you make to be the same anyway. So we have a mini Misty. I'm just going to pop this in here. I'm going to keep my goal picture right here next to this so that I can kind of keep an eye on the prize here. Let me get my tree. And place the tree directly in the center. Grab it with the Misty. Still in the same place it was before. We're going to make that tree a dark brown. Maybe some of the, I noticed when I got up in towards here it was too black. So we're going to turn this a little bit brown towards the foliage of the tree so that it kind of blends a little better. I'm not sure why this tree was made so that the branches just kind of end, and then you have all of the rest of the area needs to be filled with foliage, but we're going to work with this. It was her design, not mine. So I'm going to go with black soot at the bottom of the tree because I do want to see that door. It's an exceptional door on the steps. It might be kind of cute. Put a little bit of this hickory smoke gray color in the step area. Maybe it'll lighten it just a little bit. And I want to go over that brown just one more time just to make sure that those tree branches are good and covered. So then we're just going to place it down, hold it, be patient with this. We want to get a nice crisp. Doesn't really have anything very porous to grab onto. gonna stamp it again. I like being able to use the Misty. You can see where the alcohol ink is here, it's kind of prohibiting a little bit of the stamping. I'm going to try it one more time and see if we can't get that on there. Oh, much better. Much, much, much better. Oh, I can see a little spot down here. Oh, maybe it's in the drawing. It's in the drawing. The rock actually kind of ends. So I'm going to clean this off. And the next thing we want to work with is probably the bunny rabbit. Find it. His name is Minnie, or Pippin Minnie. Super cute. I like him. He's just kind of got this curious look on his face. I like how it was drawn. That's a good illustration. Okay, so we're gonna put Pippin Minnie right about here. He's a little too close to the tree. Maybe let's move him in this illustration. Let's move him off to the side just a little. I can put this all the way to one side and all the way down while I'm doing Pippin so that I get it in the same exact spot twice. He needs to be moved now. Let's see. I want him right there. Goodness. Very sticky, isn't he? Alright, he's going to be in solid black. It's called Black Soot. Get him stamped real good. It might take more than one because, again, this is non-porous, basically. And laying that ink on top. He does have a little bit of spottiness, so we're going to redo him. Ooh, he's getting better. One more. You can see kind of in the center. I think that's as good as we're going to get him. I can always tap some of this color. I'll show you. Just using the cube and a corner, you look sideways at it, or down below it, like your eyes are level. And just tap a little bit of the color in with the corner. There. Very nice. I like it. Okay. Again, this is our model. He's going to have a hill underneath him. Let's do the flowers on the bottom next. These are called lavender. Let's see who's joined. Make sure we say hi to everyone. Hi, Janet. Oh, Angela Bird, hi. And Connie is here. It's always nice to see Miss Connie. It's so good to hear your voice. Miss seeing you. Yeah, I miss you too. We're going to have to get together this summer. Sarah, hi, and Ashley, Sandy, and Kathy Wilson. Nice to meet you, ladies. I'm glad to have you in on the live. have all of you played with Lavinia stamps in the past? Is it something that you really enjoy, that brand of stamp? I'd like to hear whether or not any of you have seen or done any of this sort of stamping. We're gonna put this one here. Grab it. And see, it does lift the paper, but if you have it in the corner all the way to this way and all the way down, you can always just put that paper back. We're gonna use peeled paint. I like that these are small cubes. I have a very small craft room, and the space is definitely minimized, and I have to take advantage every chance I get of using supplies that are compact. Like, I love markers that have, I can't remember, I think it's Crafter's Companion, but there's 3 colors on one marker stick. I love that. Not only do you get more variety for your money when you spend with that sort, this green may not show up well on the orange, but I'm going to try another layer of it. I really would like that green in there because it's in the woods. If not, I'll add a little bit of black to it. Oh, it's coming up. Yay! I'm loving it. Make sure I have the right color. A little bit more ink. Nice. So that's one. Put it down just a little. Pick it up off the tray. I think we have like one more down here. It's 2. Let's see how many we have. Maybe one more over off to the edge on the right. It might be a little bit more difficult on this particular Yupo press because it's got a lot of alcohol ink over here. But we will do what we can, right, ladies? Sometimes we have to make some adjustments to get what we want. Maybe I'll add a little bit of black if after 2 or 3 presses of this one I don't get what I'd like to see. Actually, it's not bad at all. It's not bad. It's nice. I like it a lot, actually. Good, good. Now, I do have taller, more developed into the higher area of that same flower over here to the left. And we're going to try and duplicate that a little bit. It's obviously never going to be exactly the same card because of the background. Put that card back in and maybe move it all the way to the right and all the way down. Ink. See, there's not as much alcohol ink over here, so it's got more of a refined look, a sharpness look to the flower. You can even see the little dots. That's really sweet. Let's put a little bit right there. Some ink. Might need to move this guy. Yeah, cute. Let's put one more in green right here. I don't want to cover too much of that bunny. Oh, nice. One press. Wipe it up a little bit. Done with that color at least. Let's do, let me put some orange over here. Spiced marmalade. I don't know if it's going to show up. Let's see. Getting some of that green on this. Should probably have a super strong cleaner before switching colors from a dark to a lighter pigment. We're just going to test it. Sweet. A little bit more orange ink. Bring that out a little bit. Oh, much better. Look how cute. I love this. Very nice. I don't think we need orange over here in the flower tones. Let's do one flower tone in orange right here. Maybe a little lower. Hi Marilyn, nice to have you. Hi Patty. Nice to have you ladies with me. I had asked whether or not any of you work with Lavinia. Do you guys like Lavinia silhouettes type of stamps? I know there's a few different brands. I've fallen for them, I think. I absolutely adore them. If I'm not in the mood to color, I can still make a really, really pretty project with just ink. Oh, much better. Look, I have a little bit of orange over here, some green going on over here. It's very nice. I'm happy with that, ladies. Very good. So, here's the project that we're mocking. The last bit of stamping, and then I want to show you how else I decorated, including creating the hill in the background and the little hill that the bunny's on, and some of the spotty dottiness. I have some pens that I just got that really work nicely, some shading over here. But the next is a vine, and I just go from the top down into the center of the portrait or the picture. So we're going to take this out, and we're done with the mini Misty. Put this away. Sorry, I had to grab some water. I'm not used to talking this much, I guess. Oops. So, we are using Spanish moss foliage. I thought it was just light enough and just full enough to really take on that open space above the tree. So, and it worked really well. I wanted to look at this one more time before I start stamping, because I know I came down farther on the edges, obviously. I wanted one of the trees to, or one of these foliages to land just into the door, but I think the majority of it is pretty much spaced out evenly as far as how far down into the card I took it. Let me get a block. And there's one of the puppies. Black soot. Did I use green or black? Let me look. I used green. Let's do that. Let's use that green. Archival peeled paint. So we're going to stamp that up real good. Really get that ink on. Nice and thick. Put a little lid over here so I can reach it easier. And then let's do the edges first. Careful, because Yupo paper is non-porous and it's very slippery. So you just want to kind of hold it on there for a second. Make sure that that print gets on well. And I'm noticing too on the other side here, it's got a lot of that orange. That's pretty. So I might want to stick this in a larger. Let me see if it'll work in the Misty. I don't want to mess this one up by not getting it exact in the spot that it needs to be placed in. So let's see what I can do. We're going to put it all the way down there. Left to the right and to the bottom. We're going to adhere it really well. I'm going to put this one right there. Down to the right and to the bottom, and you can't miss. Ink, ink, ink. Yep, that one's gonna need a second. Look at how pretty. It's so dainty looking. This one looks like it's crawling down. The stuff you see, the moss that you see crawling down like a brick wall. It's really pretty. And it's very intricate. There. Oh, look, I'm so happy. Perfect. Okay. Let's put one over here. Push it pretty hard to get it in there. Not bad. Actually, it's nice because the first one that I put, the first impression was very light, and then this one is a little darker. So I like it. It looks good. You want a variety. You don't want it. You want it to look natural, not like it's something that isn't real. I do anyway. Sorry if the camera's shaking. The camera arm is attached to the desk, so Every time I pound the ink down to the stamp, you get a little wiggle. Yeah, Dana, I love Lavinia stamps too. Yay! I'm gonna move this right here. Sorry, that camera's moving again. I just get a little wiggle every time I ink up. It's funny. And we have one more. This is the one that I want to come down into the door with. Perfect. I love it. Needs one more, doesn't it? It does. Ooh, it almost did it. I like that. Let me do that same. Oops. That's why I use tape. These puppies are strong magnets. Cut your finger. Alright, we're gonna move this over to here so that I can get all the way on this edge and fill this in. Down. Camera's moving. Sorry. I'm sorry, ladies, sorry. Okay. I love it. Okay. Oh, let me grab another drink of water real quick. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So, what we need now to do is basically base the bunny rabbit, and we want to fill in the edges to almost focus in like a camera would, some sort of a lens that would narrow your vision to the center area and make this more of a two-dimensional, three-dimensional scene, something that you're looking through the looking glass kind of scene. And to do that, what we're gonna do, I wasn't super happy last time with the color choice that I made around the edge, because it made it look very, very dark, almost like it was nighttime. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like all the way around this edge, it just kind of, I mean, I like it, and it does give me that dimensional feel, but it's a very dull color. It's not something that I want to use again. I want to use something that's maybe just a little more vibrant. I think what I used was either fallen leaves or acorn. I don't think it was acorn. I think it was fallen leaves. It's a very bland kind of gray, dead feel of a color. Let's use Shady Lane, because we have a lot of the green going on, and I think it's just dark enough to kind of fill in the space that I want, so we're going to do that. We grab my oops, I'm sorry. I'm going to grab this book that I use to store my sponges in for my different inks. Yeah, I think Shady Lane is going to be a good color. I kind of sample all the colors and then keep them in this book. So many different sorts of ink. So here's the oxides, here's the VersaFine Clear. Shady Lane is this one. So we're going to use that sponge. Huh? Oh, thanks, Mel. I hope everyone is doing well. We're gonna go. You can see I'm doing a little bit more tapping. As I rub, that alcohol ink really isn't soaking in this VersaFine Clear, but if you tap, you can get a little bit of that look that you're looking for, I'm looking for. I'm going to have to do the fixative again on this, just to kind of keep that ink color here on it. See how I like that? Isn't that pretty? Put the orange, kind of a burnt sky look. It's really nice. Fill in some of this in, just make it look a little bit more like foliage and green. Pull it down a little. Isn't that pretty? I want to leave a little bit of that sunrise look right there. I don't want to cover up too much of that, but keep in mind I want to create what looks like a forest scene, like the little bunnies in front of this tree or the Ferris tree. Hoping somebody will come out and play. I know I have bunnies in the yard. I was going to tell everybody this story and almost totally forgot. So I have dachshunds, miniature dachshunds, 2 of them. It's Baxter and Bella, and we just recently lost our older one, but Baxter is definitely a special dog. He's a little broken. He doesn't like his crate, and he can't drink water right, he chokes, and but we found out the other day that he is a hunter dog. He is literally made to hunt. He found bunnies. That's Bella. But Baxter found bunnies the other day, and I think I might want to just with my finger, lift a little bit of this away. But none of our other dogs had, you know, I mean, a little bit of interest, maybe sniffing here or there. Oh no, he's 100% in to catch all of the bunnies that are currently anywhere near his yard. Which, you know, that breed is a hunting dog anyway, but we've had that breed for a really long time. Like, Milo was 14, and where he would sniff a little bit, he really just let them do their thing. There we go. But Baxter wants to eat them. This is, you know, and Baxter, he is special. When you call him and he's all excited in the morning, and it's the first thing in the morning, he smiles at you, you know. Bella's special too. She's the perfect dog. She doesn't do anything wrong. She does everything right. She has really high-pitched bark, which is annoying a little bit, but it's because she's so tiny. She can't help it. And this is what I wanted to work with. I'm going to do a little bit of that. I think I might use this actually. Or this one. Let's use ground espresso. I'm going to grab a new. These are so new. I just got them in the mail, I think today or yesterday. I don't have a new cotton swabby ball thing for it, so let's get a new one. Okay, now I have some paper. I could use, I do have, let me see if I can find it real quick. I do have a stencil that is landscape. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Oh, there it is. We'll use that instead of the paper. Now you can tear, if you don't have a landscape or a hillside kind of stencil, you can tear a piece of paper, you know, up and down a little bit away from you and get the same sort of effect like this, and use this paper as your template. But I have a stencil. This one's from Newton's Nook. It's called Hills and Grass. She wants out of room. Okay. So I want the hill. I want the bunny to be sitting on the hill. Let's see what we get with this archival ink underneath the bunny. Now this is not what I did last time, so I am playing it by ear. I'm just going to tap that ink on. I'll grab that black. I'll have to use the black ink again, but we did get our hill, and that's a very easy fix, ladies. Don't let this scare you away. The corner edge. Just slowly take your time. Fill the bunny back in. Now let's work on, uh-oh, do I have two of these open? No, it looks like one. Good. Whew. Okay. Let me show you what else I did to kind of accentuate. am getting out my white gel. I thought I had them set aside. My husband may have moved them. It's all his fault. We'll blame him this time. Let me see what's in this drawer. No, not here. I don't know where the other ones went that I used, but let's use this one. I want to put a little bit of detail back into these violets. My in camera. I think it might be past 8 o'clock. And they're hungry, that's what it is. Mr. Christian. My son is kind of hoarding the doggies in the bedroom so that we can get through this video without having to listen to them play and growl and yipe. And they're hungry. They're hungry when they're hungry, and Miss Bella especially. One of these days I'll have to have Christian come over holding them, or somebody holding them, so you can take a peek at them. They're sweet dogs, really good dogs for families. Well, my husband wanted lap dogs, so that's what we did. So let me pull that a little bit closer to you so you can kind of visually understand what kind of depth that pen work does. It really does make those flowers pop out of the background and become something that's in the forefront of your image. So I did this all throughout the flowers from the bottom. Not too much with, if you wanted it to kind of stay in the background, only do like a little bit of highlighting. You're not going to want that to pop forward. You want it to kind of look like it's something that's sitting in the back. But this one, it's right by the bunny, so we're going to make those dots just a little bit bigger and wider. Huh? Okay. So then all I did in this portrait here, I'll just explain it to you. We don't have to go through all of it. I put a little bit of the white highlighting on the edge. Makes it look like the sunlight is coming from one way. Now in this one, it almost looks darker on this side of the forest and this one, and lighter over here. So I may edge it on this side instead. Each little green nub on the ferns, I just created a dot, which kind of gives it a, in the spring, flowering, budding kind of feel to it. I used a few gel pens here and there, and that was it. That's the card, ladies. Again, this is part 2. If you missed the first part, please feel free to run by my Facebook page, Tammy Houghton Conliff, or Handmade by TLC, and check out the first part. And then this is the stamping portion of Yupo paper with alcohol ink and Lavinia stamps. I certainly hope that you all have enjoyed it. I hope you're staying safe and well. I want to do a giveaway, and I'm gonna give away any of the digital item, one digital item from my store, to the number my husband chooses that has a comment up from the bottom. Choose real quick, James, 1 through 20.
Got it.
What's the number?
17.
17. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Bev Code, C-O-D-E, is the winner of any digital item in my store. If you're still online, just PM me and I can send it to you via email, or I can send it even in private message. That's paper or stamps, one item. And I'm really happy to have been here. I want all of you to stay crafty. I want you to stay sane. Don't kill anybody in your houses, you know, that sort of thing. I know we're all on our nerves, but we can get through this. We'll hang together and do this together and stay safe. I hope you have a great week, and I will see everyone next Thursday. Hopefully I'm going to do a double dial die project, so if you have that die and you've been waiting to see someone create with it, next week is your day. Have a nice one. Stay crafty. Bye.